So, have you ever been hunted by somebody that has patience and pleasure on their mind? Welcome to Lust and Taurus. These people really know how to set a mood. They can be great party planners or just people that just really know how to set a vibe when they are entering into a room or a party in particular. I bring up parties because usually parties are where we see a lot of indulgence happening, but honestly, it can be anywhere. They are vibe setters, and this really comes from their already very Venusian kind of traits. When we're thinking about the asteroid Lust, we are thinking about Mars, Venus, and a little bit of Pluto being put together as kind of like a planetary fusion. And so you can imagine that Lust in Taurus is kind of like Taurus on steroids. These people can be patient hunters when it comes to getting what they want. If they have their mind set on something or someone, then they will be persistent at hunting it. And that's like the best word that I can come up with, because they'll literally stalk it. They do not care how long it takes to get that thing or that person. Once they have set their mind that they want that thing or person, it does not matter. And they will wait for the right moment and the right conditions to go ahead and move in and make the kill. Now, these people's favorite word is mine. Taurus on its own loves that word, but Lust in Taurus, oh, they live that word. They really like to know their environment, and this placement is really going to be one in particular that really likes to know what they're going into. They like familiar comforts as well as familiar situations. And so sometimes they can be a little bit controlling when it comes to where they're going. They're definitely going to be the person that asks who is going to be there, because they don't want to be thrown into a situation, a conversation, or an environment where they're having to kind of think more on their feet. They would rather just kind of have the situation, person, or whatever be predictable. But when they do find these things that they really like, and situations, people, things that they deem worthy of them and them worthy of it, they become very possessive, or at least they can become very possessive, because this is going to be part of their shadow side. Now, like I mentioned before, these people can really enjoy routine, and they really enjoy the predictability of routine. When we're looking at Lust in Taurus, for people that have this placement, they want to just be very careful about not becoming so rigid in that kind of planned like predictableness that they cut themselves out of any chance of growth, because this placement can be almost too rigid when it comes to really indulging in their comforts. They like to know things so much that sometimes they can cheat themselves out of an opportunity to grow just because they don't know the environment or people or whatever. Now, I don't think I had to tell you that obviously these people are going to be great lovers. They are extremely patient, very much attentive and affectionate. They very much enjoy anything that's a very physical experience. Physical touch is their love language. And they are going to be people that love to indulge in all five senses, if they can, all the time. And while this placement loves to indulge in their more sensual pleasures, they can easily get addicted not only to certain substances, but also just to familiarity in general. But I would say that this placement in particular is like the epitome of where we get the concept of greed. They can almost overreach for things. They want more of it. Like anything that they find just very pleasurable, they're going to want to consume more of it. There's just no limit to what they want. When they like something, they want it all. And this includes work as well. Like I said, Mars is a part of Lust. And so when we're looking at work or like the heavy lifting and things like that, these people can get addicted to work. And they just want to be very careful about not over-identifying how productive they are or what material things they have around them, because they can get very materialistic. They want to make sure that they're not over-identifying what they have and their bank account with their self-esteem. Or let's flip that. We want to make sure that their self-esteem is not being like related to their bank account, what's in their bank account. These people really chase after stability, and there's nothing wrong with that. when there's balance. But they do really well in jobs where it's their job to beautify things or at least smooth things over with their connections, because they can be great people that kind of put you at ease. Like I said in the beginning of the video, they're great at setting a mood. So I could see them being good in sales, PR, even. I could also see them being great like interior designers, like hairstylists, cosmetologists, all of those. But yeah, they just really want to be careful about always wanting to have control over the predictability of the situation, because that's not always the case. I understand that this placement wants to have the upper hand, likes to have the upper hand, and likes to have predictability because in some way they feel like that gives them a bit more control over the situation. But that's not always possible, and that can give them a lot of anxiety. And so to avoid that, it's best that they just kind of balance that out, because if not, that can lead to being over materialistic, lazy, and a bit of an addictive personality. And they're so much better than that. So that is Lust in Taurus. If you guys have any other questions for me about Lust in Taurus, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you have Lust in Taurus and what is your sun sign, moon sign, and your ascendant sign. I'd love to know as well. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.